Hey everyone, so this week we are at David Crockett Birthplace State Park. This is a loop trail that starts at the Limestone Creek trailhead. If you look at all trails, it's just under 3 miles. It's a short trail, and you can see on the map here, it goes along kind of a campground too. We have to walk in part of the campground, but it's such a beautiful Friday afternoon. It's sunny today. One of those rare days this month that we have gotten no rain, so I want to take the opportunity. I only have the afternoon, so I'm going on the shorter hike, but this one is the David Crockett Birthplace State Park is near Jonesborough. So if you want to find it in all trails, it's the one that is in Jonesborough. It's along a stream. You can see actually the stream right in there. I think the scenery is nice on this one. I'm kind of really looking forward to it. I did want to mention that there's about 5 or 6 days left to the Mr. Health and Fitness 2023 competition. So if you have a moment, go down in the description, vote. If you're watching this between May 1st and the end of July, assuming I get through the first round even, I am happy that everyone's support has gotten me in a group of 50 competitors. I keep kind of going back and forth between 5th place to 7th place. It's not changing a whole lot yet, but there's still about a week left, so you never know what happens. Even if I don't win, honestly, just making it to between 5th to 7th place in a group of 50 fitness guys is a huge accomplishment for me. Even if it's just the first round, I'm happy with that. So again, I appreciate your support. Would love to tell my story out there in the spread in the magazine, but even if I can't, just happy to get your support if you don't mind. So I'm gonna take this walk today. Again, this is a short one, but I think it's gonna be a beautiful one. The leaves are out, it's green. It's I think there should be maybe flowers and just different scenery on the way here. I'm really looking forward to this one this afternoon. Blue skies, couldn't ask for a better afternoon. Let's get going and get on this hike now.
My wristwatch is broken, my shoes are untied. Time is a-ticking, and so is the tide. But I am not worried, things are what they are. Come rain or come shine or a shooting star. I've been to the south, I've been to the north, east and the west, the middle of course. I may have been astray, but I've never been lost, never been beat by the road I've crossed. I guess I've been lucky to some degree, for someone who ate all the fruit from the tree. The stars been aligned and my goose hanging high. I'll be okay in the sweet by and by. I was born at morning on the first day of June, 1900 and something and two. My mom was a sweetheart, my father was too. They left me a watch and an old pair of shoes. I guess I've been lucky to some degree, for someone who ate all the fruit from the tree. The stars been aligned and my goose hanging high. I'll be okay in the sweet by and by. I'll be okay in the sweet by and by.
Alright, so as you can see, this loop is actually a combination of two loops. You've got the one limestone creek that goes along the campground itself, along the water, and then you've got this loop further up, this bluff loop further up that if you don't, so you probably noticed I took a left instead of following the trail that went right, because I wanted to get down by the rocks. I thought maybe since the rocks were such a beautiful view that was the trail, but the actual trail comes up here to this trailhead for the bluff loop hike. But you could see that if you do take that detour like I did from those rocks, the views of the little falls, which we now see down there, you can see it right up close. It's a little shaky. If you do want to do the rock climbing, just be careful. It's not really rock climbing, but it's scrambling, and it's easy to slip down there, especially if it's wet. It wasn't too bad today, but if you do walk those, just be careful. But the actual trail, you have to follow the trail to the right. It kind of goes up the hill, and then you get to the trailhead. You go down the trail a little bit, and then you take that either right or left, whichever way you want to go the loop. If you take the left, you get to see basically the bluff views almost starting right away. And the bluff views are nice because you've got the water down below, actually some nice sandy beaches down there, and then you've got the mountain views too, which I wasn't expecting today, so that's actually a really nice surprise. The views on this trail are much better than I expected for just a small local park. So let's keep continuing around this second loop and eventually get back to that trailhead.
that you're curious, I know that you're strong. But life can be furious and things can go wrong. You go, we're better off tomorrow. But who knows if we get joy or sorrow. Stay true to that fire in your heart and your soul. Don't drench your desire in what you can't control. We fly, try so hard to get there, and we might be lost but not forever.
Now that's amazing. This is a sheer drop off, at least 100 feet up, I'd have to say. But the view of the mountains is so cool out there. I actually just saw a fish jump way down there. All right, I'm not sure, maybe that's the bluff view. I know this is sort of this was a little side trail that goes down to that, but the trail seems to keep going. Might even have a higher and better view. Actually, no, I think that's it. So remember to take that little side trail at the end if you want to see the bluff, and then it just curves around and heads on back. So I'm gonna head on back. Since this is a loop, I'll continue showing you what the trail looks like, especially as we get to the campground. I think you've got to take a left up there and supposedly walk through the campground, but I'm not sure if you're actually allowed to, because all the signs say, you know, registered campers only. But All Trails has this taking a left, so there might be a trail along the side, or a legitimate trail. Guess we'll find out when we get there. Okay, so this is really creepy. This parking area looks identical to the one that I had originally left from. I can see on All Trails that I am located at the opposite end, but I parked right there. This parking lot is shaped exactly the same. The sign is exactly the same. This isn't the same parking lot. If you don't have All Trails with you or GPS, it's a little unnerving. It's really creepy. Bridge is even identical, but go across the bridge. It'll go back along the loop the way you came, and you'll walk all the way back along the water. But it's like a mind trip, honestly. It's really weird. Wish they hadn't have done that, but let's head back in and finish the loop, get down to the campground and see what the campground looks like.
There's things in life you simply need to know, but sun and rain and trust in letting go. It takes a bit of suffering, sleepless nights and wandering, before you make it safely to the end, the end, the end. Don't say you're ridiculous, you're not even close. Don't wish for indifference, you're not one of those. We fall, but we always rise up through it all. We get a little wiser. There's things in life you simply need to know, but sun and rain and trust in letting go. It takes a bit of suffering, sleepless nights and wandering, before you make it safely to the end, the end, the end. And if you ever wonder, there is nothing wrong with a little thunder. There's things in life you simply need to know.
Seriously, this trail does not disappoint. I mean, every turn there seems to be something different, something really cool. And even at the end, as you get out of Storybook Trail, you come to this opening, this beautiful mountain view, And this is toward the end of the hike, and at least the last part that you're going back to the car. And this might be one of my favorite sections of the trail, just because you can see such a big piece of the mountain range there, and then an open field. I mean, lots of birds, lots of flowers. This is much more than I expected from just a simple afternoon hike. It's so beautiful here, and check out down there. Power lines open up a view, small view over there. And then you've got the power lines that way too, so, but by far the best view is out there, the big mountains.
Out sun and rain and trust in letting go. It takes a bit of suffering, sleepless nights and wandering, before you make it safely to the end, the end. There's things in life you simply need to know, but sun and rain and trust in letting go. It takes a bit of suffering, sleepless nights and wandering, before you make it safely to the end. Before you make it safely to the end, the end, the
All right, so thankfully my Jeep is still here. That was so weird. Anyway, Limestone Creek trailhead on this end and the other end almost looks the same, almost looks identical. This hike is much better than I expected this afternoon. It took me, well, because I took the detour on the rocks, it was about an hour and 40 minutes, probably only an hour and a half or less if you just do the loop. It's kind of easy to follow, but there's a lot of connector trails between Limestone Creek trailhead, and you've got Bluff Loop at the end, and then when you're coming back you have to go through the campground just a little bit. Once you hit the exit there, you have to remember to go by the playground, take a left into the Storybrooke Trail. That one connects you with the trail that ends up going through that field, beautiful views. And then finally you have to remember to take the right onto, I think it was Collins Grave or something like that, the connector, basically the Grave Connector Trail. Take that on the way back. Unless you're going the opposite direction, then all of this will be in reverse. But in the direction I took today, I started the left side of the loop. So take the Grave Trail, turn left once you get back to the main trail, you're back at the parking lot. An hour and a half, maybe a little less, maybe a little more, but beautiful day. Beautiful hike today. I'm so happy I took this one. Between the river views with the small falls and the rocks, wonderful rocks and sand on the way there, the field view, the mountain view, I think this might become one of my favorite hikes. I highly recommend it. David Crockett Birthplace State Park, Limestone Creek Trailhead if you want to. I'm sure there's other ways to get on, but this state park is a hidden gem, so I highly recommend it. Thanks for coming along on the hike today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Please subscribe. Just take a few seconds, click the button down below. I'm trying to bring the highest quality hiking videos to YouTube, and that means I'm going to show you maps, trail highlights, all the best views on the trail, any good picnic spots, any wildlife we see, all in 4K high quality video. And we'll see you on the next hike.